For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
The latest from the CEO of MSR, Philippe Martinez. Somebody says he's afraid for his interviewer. Also coming up on the broadcast, CIP funds are being dished out. And chaos at the island's consulate office over in Martinique. Welcome to another edition of the most monitored talk show in the world, and that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the YouTube channel. I'll be going through some of your messages. I'll attempt to do that, and no one could have done it better than Kimani, but I'll attempt to go through some of your messages and also your calls at 452-2979, that's 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026, that's 716-2026. And as I said before, some of the messages will be in the chat room on Facebook. I'll attempt to go through as many as possible. What is happening at our consulate office over in Martinique? And I could tell you from what I know, it's not good. So we have paradise on the ground. We have trouble in paradise right here in St. Lucia, because if you remove the politicians, the bad actors in particular, we have a beautiful country that is St. Lucia. The problem is with some of the individuals who are attempting to manage the affairs of the island. They are definitely making a hash of it. They can do better, although they will not admit. They only are prepared to criticize when they are in opposition. When they get into office, the environment is conducive for excuses. But if only our politicians would come clean with the citizens of St. Lucia. We are facing some problems, and we are attempting our best to see how we can maneuver, to see how we can improve the poor state of the island's health care and the crime problem, etc. Please bear with us. St. Lucians love you, you know. When you can sympathize with them, and also when you are genuine. And St. Lucians like to pretend that they are stupid, just to, to catch you off guard, so they could be comfortable in continuing to try to delude them. But at the appropriate time, they deal with you. And I'm very consistent in saying, never question the outcome of a general election in St. Lucia. If there were things that were done that were unscrupulous, illegal, irregularities, etc., let's question that. But in terms of St. Lucia deciding this time around, I want the St. Lucia Labour Party in office, don't question that. If it says, I want the United Workers' Party, don't question that. It is for the voters, and it's for the governments, to cease taking the voters of this country for granted. You're given an opportunity to serve from day one, start to serve the people. We will not see positive results from day one, but if you are consistent, if you are persistent, if you are focused, and not preoccupied primarily with protecting the victory, then there will be incremental positive changes in the lives of the people. But if from day one you're politicking and you're making reference to the previous administration and you deliberately target your opponents in Parliament, you will lose focus. You will stray. You will lose your way. And that is what has happened to this government a little over 3 years into office. And I remember very early in the life of this administration, my advice was to Mr. Philip J. Pierre and the other MPs, focus on the issues that are impacting the people of St. Lucia. The people knew why they gave you that mandate. And the people wanted their pound of flesh, not the pound of flesh of certain politicians, opposition politicians, but in terms of delivering to them, delivering the goods to them. But no, you guys were not listening. You all were too anxious to get at certain individuals in this country. You are paying a heavy price right now. And it's a case of you having fallen on your own petard. So what is happening at the Consulate office in Martinique? And maybe Shazzy should have told us a long time ago what is happening there. He could have called NewsSpin and disclosed to us the chaotic state of affairs at that Consulate office. So the staff was saying yesterday they ain't having it anymore. They wanted the grievances addressed. After months of complaining about how the Consulate office was being managed, and those concerns were falling on deaf ears, and so they sent a collective communique to the island's Consul General over in Martinique. She is Alison K. Joseph. That communique dated August the 21st of 2024. As a result of this, the staff decided that they would work from 8 a.m. until noon. a decision was taken in light of the collective communique, which was given to the Consul General. She was a little hesitant in taking it, but she had no choice. She felt that she was operating under duress because she was asked to read the communique in the presence of the employees. Look, me, let's take a little Creole there. Me, Lisa. No, Makali, patrolman, moi ba wase. No. Mademoiselle Lisa Atrolman. And so she was forced to read it. The staff have taken industrial action. And they demanded the presence of the island's External Affairs Minister, Mr. Alva Baptiste, and also the presence of his permanent secretary. Let me see if I could get the name. You have Alva Baptiste, the island's minister with responsibility for external affairs, and the permanent secretary, external affairs, is Mrs. Janelle Steven, acting. So, the minister with his PS following him, they went to Martinique today. And as we speak, they're supposed to be meeting with the staff of the consulate there. And the consulate earlier today, was closed to the staff. So a decision was taken, if you're going to take industrial action, then we're going to lock you out of the office. A decision was taken to lock the office, lock the premises, and the staff had to be stationed outside of the consulate office. So as we speak, the minister and the PS, they are meeting with the staff to settle a couple of issues, their concerns. So imagine that you, as a St. Lucian in Martinique, you're seeking various services from the consulate office. Well, you will not be able to be served today. And I am keeping watch on what is happening there, and hopefully we might be in a position to provide you with an update before the conclusion of our broadcast today or possibly tomorrow. But things are not nice at our consulate office over in Martinique. It is in a chaotic state. Philippe Martinez spoke last evening during a special interview with DBS's Lisa Joseph. But before we hear part of that discussion, that exchange between the two, we've been, many of you, and I'm sure you can attest to that, reading a lot of things on social media, a lot of unkind things that are being said about this reporter. Because very often, it is not about the message. It's the messenger. People will call you sans honte. And people will see you as, somebody who has sold out. All because you're taking a particular stance on an issue that does not jive with the thinking of a set of individuals, as if you should care. And if you're not part of the cabal, then, you would be excoriated. And all kind of things would be said about you. It is against that background, I think that Andrew Paul of Rev Up St. Lucia said something earlier today to the host of the program Meet the Opposition, which airs every Thursday on that radio station.
I was just about to tell you that I'm a little worried for her because Lisa seems to be pursuing this thing with Martinez. And I know she's not getting any points. She's not being seen in favor in any way by the government.
She's
they probably
not only
see
by
her,
the government, but by supporters of the government who perpetuate, yes.
Yeah, as a troublemaker. I was just about to tell you that I'm a little worried for her because Lisa seems to be pursuing this thing with Martinez. And I know she's not getting any points. She's not being seen in favor in any way by the government.
She's
they probably
not
see
only by
her,
the government, but by supporters of the government who perpetuate, yes.
Yeah, as a troublemaker.
It's Andrew Paul of the radio station Rev Up St. Lucia, and is interacting there with the host of the Midday Opposition program, Mrs. Nancy Charles. So, last evening, Lisa Joseph spoke with Philippe Martinez of MSR Media, and he claimed that attempts are being made to reach a settlement with him. At the crux of the issue, the main concern for Mr. Martinez is the underselling of CIP passports in St. Kitts and Nevis in particular. And he says that the same thing is happening in St. Lucia. And a significant number of shares have been given to Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate Incorporated in St. Kitts as well as in St. Lucia. He makes reference to about 13,000 shares. Now, we have not received confirmation of this from the island's investment minister, Dr. Ernest Hilaire. Remember what he said a few weeks ago, that he will seek permission from Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate Inc. to see whether they can give him permission to reveal the number of shares that have been given to that particular company. And so St. Lucia is mired in this particular CIP controversy. And Mr. Philippe Martinez, who claimed that, and it's been confirmed, that the head of the CIP unit in St. Lucia, Mr. McLeod Emmanuel, went to Washington, D.C. a few months ago to meet with him because of this RICO case. And if all what is happening in terms of the controversy, in terms of the allegations, and the denials has been coming from various actors in St. Lucia, Mr. Martinez now is claiming that attempts are being made to reach a settlement so that he can, ease off St. Lucia and maybe focus on St. Kitts and Nevis. Part of the exchange with Lisa Joseph last evening.
Now let me ask you a question. Why do they want to settle with me out of court?
You saying a settlement offer has been made to you?
I'm saying that they are in discussion for a settlement out of court, okay? Through their American lawyer. Do me a favor, Lisa. Can you please put the page that says who represent who in the RICO case?
So we're looking at the lawyers, the RICO lawyers.
Yeah, the RICO lawyers, right? So I don't know if you can read quick. If you can, here we go, right? Duane Morris is the lawyer in New York. They represent Timothy Harris and McLeod Emmanuel. Do you see the name of the country? Do you see the country of St. Lucia? Do you even see the CIP of St. Lucia being mentioned as a defendant? No. By the way, just a little aparté, the fact that the same lawyer represent the Prime Minister of St. Kitts, the former, and McLeod, that's going to present, in my opinion, a conflict of interest at some point, okay? And, I hope that it's Mr. McLeod that pays himself those legal fees, because it's a huge law firm, excellent lawyers, right? And that it's not the taxpayer, because it's not the government that's being said. So let me tell you what happened. right? Because Mr. Prime Minister, when you allow Frederick and to make those anonymous email of online reporter, I don't do anonymous.
Well, we don't know if Mr. Frederick is responsible for that, but I can say that the public has been seeing certain things floating around on the social media platforms.
Not only that, Lisa, we know who made the videos that they're making, and that's okay. But if you're going to play the game to try to make me look like a guy who's trying to take $20 million from St. Lucia, then you're going to have to expose yourself to the truth. So here's what happened, right? And I think that the people of St. Lucia have a right to know, okay? In July, mid-July approximately, my lawyers received a call from the American lawyer representing to McLeod saying that there's been a major development, right? And they call me and they say, Philippe, we don't know what he wants, but he wants to talk to us. I say, sure, talk to him, right? So they say, the lawyer, it's one lawyer, they told my two lawyers, my two lawyers on the phone, they say, look, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia wants this to go away, right? So what would it take for you to walk away, right? Meaning, how much money do you want to walk away, right? Now, I'm assuming that we're talking about McLeod and Hilaire, who's going to be named in the defendant, as a defendant, right? So we're talking about two individuals, right? Which we believe, and we will show that in the RICO case, have benefited from the Galaxy scheme, right? We thought about it with my lawyers, and we came back, because again, I want to be compensated. That's why we filed a RICO lawsuit, for the financial damage of the participation in the Galaxy scheme, who defraud the market, right? So we came back to them, and we said to them, not me, my lawyer told them, to their lawyer, that I'm looking to remove those two people, $9 million US, okay? The lawyer said, thank you very much, I have what I need, let me talk with them, okay? Then we didn't hear from them for 10 days, and then we received the letter, which I'm not at the liberty to publish because it's a letter from their lawyer, but if the Prime Minister of St. Lucia wants to publish that letter, it is prerogative, because apparently now the lawyer represents him as well, right? Saying basically that the country of St. Lucia cannot justify, that the Prime Minister is a good man, and he cannot justify that he pays me, that the country cannot justify that he pays me $9 million, and that I have to come back with another proposal, and that I will have to retract the statement that I've made about the CIP in St. Lucia. My lawyer sent me that email, and I say, what the hell? What's going on here? Now the lawyer represents the country of St. Lucia. He's writing on behalf of the country of St. Lucia and the Prime Minister. I said, I don't understand. I'm confused now. Are we suing the country? No. Are we suing the CIP? No. I made it clear, Lisa, in every interview that I had with you, that we only sue the people and the entity that have facilitated and benefited from the Galaxy fraud. And here I am, receiving a legal letter from a lawyer, speaking on behalf of the Prime Minister and the country. So that has really pissed me off, right? And I instructed my lawyer to reply to that email, and you can put the reply of my email of my lawyer to their lawyer, okay, to clarify what's going on, because they also were playing games in their email. Can you please read the response of my lawyer to their lawyer, because it's my lawyer. I can disclose my lawyer correspondence.
And so we'll take a look at what the settlement proposal is. And in there, just so that the audience can, because can be able to follow, it says, thank you for conveying the Prime Minister's response. There are a few things we wish to clarify. The $9 million offer was in response to a request from the Prime Minister for what it would take for our client to resolve the matter. At no point in conveying the offer did we refer to funds from the St. Lucia Public Treasury. Indeed, we referred explicitly to the millions of dollars in kickbacks we believe were received by Messieurs Hilaire, Emmanuel, Antoine, and Doubelet, and perhaps others in connection with the fraud. We noted that we have evidence when the fraud is currently ongoing. We understand the Prime Minister has rejected the offer he solicited. We will await a counter-offer from the Prime Minister or the St. Lucia defendants in the RICO lawsuit. As indicated, in light of the additional evidence we have obtained, we anticipate amending the RICO complaint to more fully address the fraud in St. Lucia, including naming additional persons, financial institutions, and others who have facilitated and who continue to profit from criminal conduct. A letter there in response by your lawyers to the lawyer that contacted him on behalf,
which is the lawyer Eric Breslin, Ewan Maris, which is the lawyer that represents McLeod. So you see, Ernest and his other fellow minister, if you're gonna say lie about me, I'm simply gonna put facts on the screen.
You just heard from the CEO of MSR, Mr. Philippe Martinez, speaking yesterday with DBS's Lisa Joseph. Let's take your calls right now at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. We have our first caller online via WhatsApp, and it is the leader of the opposition, Mr. Alan Chasney. Good afternoon to you, sir. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Poleon. How
Hi,
are you, sir?
Good afternoon to Mr. Chasney. I'm okay.
Good. I think in light of the revelations that were made last night, but in particular, what has been going on since Mr. Martinez has entered into this arena and the RICO court case, and to include individuals from St. Lucia, I think it's very important, Tim, that we make a distinction between what Mr. Martinez is doing and what St. Lucia should be doing. Mr. Martinez, in my mind, has made it very clear that he has personal interest in this case. And those interests are his. But what is important, and I keep saying this, is the revelations, the information that he is providing. The information that shows that the prison case in St. Kitts looks exactly like the infrastructure program in St. Lucia. We now found out that Les Can, who was the CEO in St. Kitts for the CIP unit there, and became then the CEO of Galaxy, is the same architect. He's the person who put all of this together. Now, I want to focus on St. Lucia. And when I listen to our Prime Minister seems to be playing a game of charades. It appears to me, I don't know the rest of St. Lucia, that he is basically saying that we're going to wait for the RICO case to come to fruition before any determination is going to be made about what's taking place in St. Lucia. So he's going to wait for the RICO case to determine whether McLeod Emmanuel did anything wrong, and if in fact Ernest Hilaire now is going to be included. And I think that Mr. Martinez said there's 18 other individuals in St. Lucia would be included. I wait to see who those persons are. But we're going to wait for the RICO case to determine whether in fact something is wrong? When there's clear evidence that there's smoke coming from the engine room. Now, a prime minister of a country, Tim, is a very powerful individual, very powerful post. And in our constitution, you only need 2 people to run a cabinet. You must have a prime minister and you must have an attorney general. And what does that mean and how is that translated? It means that every person who is a minister in a cabinet serves at the pleasure of the prime minister. And the reason for that is because you are representing the prime minister. So this irresponsible statement by the prime minister that he's going to give his ministers the latitude is unacceptable now. And it becomes even more unacceptable and dangerous based on what we heard last night. We heard a gentleman say that the Prime Minister's office was involved in the attempts to settle a case, a private case. So, at what point was the Prime Minister going to tell us that the state is paying for a lawyer for Claude Emmanuel? When were we going to hear that? How is it that the lawyer that is representing Mr. Emmanuel is also representing Timothy Harris? 2 different individuals. So why are they using the same lawyer? Who is paying for the lawyer? How much is the lawyer costing? At what point was the Prime Minister going to tell us, or would he have ever told us, that if in fact Mr. Martinez had accepted the agreement, the settlement, and Mr. Martinez said that, I think he said that part of the condition of the settlement was that he was supposed to come and say that and retract all his statements he's made, and that the CIP unit in St. Lucia is clean? Would the Prime Minister have ever admitted there was a settlement? And very importantly, who would have paid? Where would the money have come from to pay for the settlement? Now, why do I call it a game of charades? The Prime Minister was asked, and I think you played it last week or this week, as to whether, in fact, Lauren Theophilus has resigned as the chairman of CIP unit. You mean to tell me the Prime Minister can't even answer that basic question? And what is it we should be expecting our Prime Minister to do at this point? If, in fact, that there's smoke in the engine room, we would expect that he's going to investigate the matter. All of the evidence to determine whether, in fact, the allegations that Mr. Martinez are making are available to the Prime Minister. How long should it take the Prime Minister to find out how many files were allocated, given to Galaxy to sell on the real estate program? The Prime Minister ought to be able to have confirmed how much money went into the escrow account. The Prime Minister ought to be able to confirm how much money is remaining in the escrow account. The Prime Minister should have been able to confirm through the Auditor General or anyone else in his government, preferably the Auditor General, to reconcile that escrow account. That everybody who has gotten a citizenship paid their $200,000. That information is available to him. We don't have to wait for any RICO case to figure that out.
What are you going to do? As leader of the opposition, what do you intend to do to ensure that the Prime Minister accounts to the people of St. Lucia? And speaking for myself on this broadcast, we are not in a position to say that anything illegal or improper was done. But clearly, the Prime Minister is in a position, because of his position, because of his responsibility to us, to explain certain things. Those comments that are being made and allegations that are being made by Mr. Martinez cannot go unanswered. And are you, by the way, the chair of the Public Accounts Committee?
So the Public Accounts Committee, well, let me first answer your question. That is exactly what we're asking. We should not be waiting for any RICO case. No prime minister can come and tell us, the people of St. Lucia, that you're waiting for the outcome of the RICO case when all of this information, Tim, is available to him. He ought to be able to have a press conference or an address to the nation to say that he's investigated the matter and he's taken this thing seriously. And look all of us and tell us what the truth is. But the reality is, the truth seems to is now foreign to this prime minister. I mean, for a prime minister to really want us to believe that he doesn't know whether Lawrence Theophilus has resigned or not. Whether when Richard Frederick made his statements on the podium and called somebody a Zelev, that he did not know at the time who he was making reference to. He does not know that his CEO of his CIP unit went up representing the CIP unit, wants to say that he's a big man and he went by himself. You cannot come and tell the public of St. Lucia and convince us that that's true and that you're being honest with us, Tim. That's nonsense. And you're 100% right. This prime minister must come clean and must find independent people to affirm the information he's giving to us. We want the Auditor General to be able to do an audit of the escrow account. The prime minister needs to tell us clearly, how does this infrastructure program work? Where's the money? Did your government allow Galaxy to collect all of the money? Have you gotten the $100 million US yet? Have you signed an MOU or an agreement with Galaxy to do any infrastructural work? These are the answers that we're looking for. We should not have to wait for the RICO case to make that determination. As for the Public Accounts Committee, the Public Accounts Committee meets based on an audit. So once the Auditor General does the audit, and we then have now independent information, that is when the Public Accounts Committee can meet. And the Public Accounts Committee would review the terms of reference of the Auditor General, determine whether the audit was done properly, the outcomes of it, and then more importantly, are the recommendations being followed? That is the purpose of the Public Accounting Committee. The Public Accounting Committee does not have the authority to start any investigation at all. That starts with the Prime Minister. He's elected. He was made the Prime Minister. He was sworn in as the Prime Minister of this country. He made an oath of commitment to the people of St. Lucia, and he is breaching that oath. He's betraying the trust of the people of St. Lucia, and this charade must stop. And I don't hold any torch for Mr. Martinez. He showed some letters. I have to have some confidence in what he may have said is correct. But they are damning allegations, and it shows the Prime Minister in poor light. And the Prime Minister needs to come clean with the public of St. Lucia now. This cannot continue. This is an embarrassment. You just had the Europeans now announce that they're going to be going to an electronic visa program. Who knows what's going to happen to the OECS countries? I don't know. I do know that in Dominica, that the British have suspended visa-free access for Dominicans to go to England, and so has Ireland. I do know that the Bank of America has imposed correspondent bank restrictions on any transfers of CIP monies to Dominica. So don't come and tell me that this is fair-mongering. This is what the reality is. And every day that goes by and more information is being revealed, it's frightening. I mean, it's a damning statement that the government would have attempted to settle with Mr. Martinez, and none of us know anything. Up until a couple of days ago, the Prime Minister says, yes, there's no problems. But that cannot be accepted anymore, and the Prime Minister must act like a Prime Minister and stop taking all of us for a joke.
I take it now you are calling from the United States, Mr. Shastny?
I'm on my way to the United States.
Okay. And
I'll be in Washington D.C. next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I for one, and I'm after hearing what I heard last night, I'm very happy that I'm going to meet with Martinez's lawyers, and hopefully I'll have an opportunity to meet with law enforcement agents as well. But I want to know what they know, and I want to now know what the government has been hiding from us. The leader of the opposition should not have to be doing this. But again, the information that came out last night is shocking. It's disturbing. And I'm worried that this government is continuing to lie to the people. The Prime Minister is the Prime Minister. He needs to act like he's the Prime Minister. He must be reminded who he represents.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alan Chasney, for speaking with us on this afternoon's NewsSpin program.
Thank you.
I just heard there from the leader of the parliamentary opposition, calling the broadcast he is en route to the United States. And one of the things, according to him, he hopes to do is to meet with Mr. Philippe Martinez. And that is to see, to receive whatever information that he has on St. Lucia's CIP program. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. We'll continue with more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages in just a moment, including a reaction from Mr. Philippe Martinez to the decision of the St. Lucia Prime Minister to use CIP funds to foot the bill of the OKEU.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640, or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
School start back, KFC got your back. With that back to school deal, it's a tasty pack. Just 12 dollars, oh what a deal. Come and get your fill, it's a steal.
But that's not all. Purchase any back-to-school meal for a chance to win one of 5 backpacks filled with school supplies and a brand new laptop.
Write your name, drop it in the box. KFC got the deals that totally rock. Hurry in before August 30th and sign on. Tries on the 31st, come before it's gone. KFC St. Lucia, we the best around. Back to school with KFC is the talk of the town. It's finger licking good.
Visit kfcslu.com for more information. Follow us on social media at KFC St. Lucia. Approved by the St. Lucia National Lottery. Terms and conditions apply.
This is We Summer. Get ready for the biggest and wildest deals from Flow.
Summer comes with the best deals for ya. Switch it up, this is We Summer. Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Who got the best deals? It's Flow. Bundle postpaid Wi-Fi, you go. Cut your bill in half, save more for sure.
This is We Summer. Bundle broadband now with postpaid and get your bill cut in half. Plus, get up to 4 Samsung Galaxy smartphones for only $4.
15,000 in cash is that. 15,000 in cash, win that.
Win $15,000 in cash when you sign up, switch up, top up, or pay up with Flow.
Summer, Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Flow, keep keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
It is well known by all St. Lucian professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns, all at unbeatable jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massat Grosine. Europa, we service what we sell.
The CPL is back for 2024, and the St. Lucia Kings are hunting for their first title. This year, it will be the best ever CPL, with global superstars, massive sixes, and incredible entertainment at the biggest party in sport. There are 4 games between September 7th and 15th. Get your tickets now at cplt20.com. Turn it up and experience cricket played louder.
Don't miss out on the biggest sale of the year at Palace House. Everything must go. Half off and less on everything. But that's not all. We also offer wholesale prices on a variety of items and souvenirs, perfect for vendors and retail needs. Visit us today at Meekut Street, Castries, or call us at 452-2250. Don't miss out on the biggest sale of the year at Palace House.
Experience world-class healthcare right here at home. La Clinique du Corps is thrilled to unveil our new location in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. No more overseas trips for specialized care. Our expert rheumatologists, neurologists, and pain specialists are now at your doorstep. Imagine cutting-edge medical imaging and diagnostics combined with compassionate, personalized attention. That's the La Clinique du Corps difference. From general medical services to advanced specialties, we're revolutionizing local healthcare. Our mission? Enhance your experience and optimize your health outcomes. Why settle for less when excellence is just a call away? Dial 451-6559 to schedule your appointment at either our Castries or new Cocoville Rodney Bay location. Act now, and for a limited time, enjoy a 20% discount on our services. La Clinique du Corps, bringing you tomorrow's healthcare today.
I've seen you here before, and I have something special just for you. What have we here? Happy housewarming to me? That's the MNC Home Depot Rewards Card. You'll earn points every time you shop, plus exclusive savings and promotions just for you. Just for me? Yes, just for you. Shop in store or online and enjoy a seamless experience. So I get to treat myself every time I shop? Exactly. It's time to reward yourself.
MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Rewards Card. Sign up and reward yourself today at www.mnchomedepot.com.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Mr. Martin Theodore, he lost his wallet between Paul's gas station and the Camille Henry Memorial Primary School today. That's between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. And if you got his wallet, if you found it, please call him at 518-7575. That's 518-7575. Mr. Martin Theodore, he lost his wallet somewhere between Paul's gas station and the Camille Henry Memorial Primary School today between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. And if you have his wallet in your possession, please contact him at 518-7575. That's 518-7575. Let's continue with more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Somebody says there, Tim, with regard to the CIP, what is the worst that can happen to the defendants involved? Well, I'm not an attorney. I don't know. And I think we're at the stage where we just need further clarification from the Prime Minister in particular and also the CIP Minister, Dr. Ernest Hilaire. We have a call online via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello. Good
Tim,
afternoon.
good day.
Yes, caller. Good afternoon.
Yes. Tim, I want to make a point, a very strong point, but I want to ask you a little question just to help me with the point. Prior to 2021, do you know whether Mr. McLeod Emmanuel was a public servant?
Prior to 21, no. He was in the private sector.
Okay, very well. So my point would be valid. Tim, who's paying? Why are the lawyers representing McLeod Emmanuel and they could not, the government, this government, could not provide legal assistance for Peter Chico as a deputy, as the acting comptroller of customs in St. Lucia? Why are they providing McLeod representation in the U.S.? Why?
I can answer that question to you, for you, caller. I can't answer the question. That's a question you'll have to put that question to the Attorney General.
I know. I will mention his name. Tim, now I'll not put you in any trouble. I know better. You know who's calling. I am calling on Leslie Mondesi, the Attorney General, who Peter Chico wrote 3 times in his capacity as Attorney General for legal representation. Up to today, he has not responded. I am calling on Lon Theophilus. Don't get scared, Tim. I won't say anything that will put you in trouble. I am calling on Lon Theophilus. I am calling on Thaddeus Antoine. And I'm calling on the Minister, Ernest Hilaire, and the Prime Minister to answer that question for me. What have Peter Chico done as a public servant, as the acting comptroller of customs at the time, not to be worth representation in our local court on a frivolous matter like what Mr. Hilaire charged? But we are allowing lawyers, we don't know how much we are paying them. We don't know who they are to represent McLeod in the U.S. when it was said by both the Prime Minister and Ernest that they didn't know the man went up there. So all of a sudden, Philip Pierre know McLeod went up there. And that he's not privy to discuss with Lisa what McLeod told him, whether before he went or after he left. Tim, you see that country? You see that country we're living in? If you see we allow things to go on that way, tomorrow we'll wake up on our doorstep and somebody will be in our house, you know. This is outright madness, you know, that is going on. The Prime Minister believes he doesn't owe anybody any answers. It's either he don't know or he didn't hear. That is wrong, Tim. That's almost a sin, you know, against God, what is going on there. But I realize I got your line so easy because people are afraid of saying things the way it have to be said. I am calling on the lawyers of this country, Tim, and I will mention the names when I have to mention the names because I can prove everything I'm saying. I know what is going on, Tim. I knew what was going on in the Rovergate matter. I followed that case very, very close. The acting controller is my brother. The then acting controller. I followed that case very close. I saw the persons who were involved in trying to stymie that case, you know. Within the public service itself, don't ask for the lawyers, making a mockery of the court. The court itself was doing all kind of... Tim, if you see, but I am asking you, and I'm asking listeners, tune in tonight to Rovogate Free, when names will be mentioned, to see how rotten that place is, you know. The underbelly of that country is rotten, you know. There are too many facilitators in the doing evil, doing wrong in that system, Tim. And I know the system very well. I know what is going on. But there is too much facilitation happening, and it's from the top level. This is madness. And all the bright people, where are they? Where are all the bright scholars of this country? Where are they? They in Mount Jimmy, they on Mount Jimmy, smoking on bush. Where are they? Tim, take it easy.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. 452-2979. That's 452-2979. And your WhatsApp messages and, of course, your discussions. We have a call online. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Of course, your discussion. Call online. Good afternoon.
Mr. Poleon, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
This is your humble servant, Peter Chico. My brother missed me by a fraction of a second. He beat me by a fraction of a second. Tim, after I listened, just 1 second, let me turn off that radio in the kitchen. Hold on.
Okay.
Tim,
I'll give you a few
Tim,
seconds to that. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, No, I've done it. I want to make sure St. Lucians hear me well. I do not want to go and speak like my brother just spoke. I have no hatred in my heart. I just want to inform you that I was just about to call to mention. You remember when the Speaker of the House did the nonsense he did in the House? When the Speaker did his nonsense, who paid his bill if he had to compensate the leader of the opposition? To date, we don't know, right? Secondly, when I listened to Mr. Martinez last night, based on what I am hearing, some $9 million was offered for assistance, or rather to get them off.
It was not offered.
But you see,
no, it was not offered. What he was saying, what was said, hold on. What was said to him is that how can we settle this? Then he said that $9 million, okay, and then now in response, the attorneys said that we are not talking about money, we're talking about settlement of this particular issue. How can we settle it? So it's not about any $9 million from the perspective of the government of St. Lucia. That is not what they are prepared to pay to settle this issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Granted. I'm a humble person, you know. I'm always willing to take correction or to learn something. But I just wanted to mention, and I'll keep calling Mr. Leslie Mondesi. Tim, you remember when I made my press statement, I sent a letter to you. I sent a letter to Shane at Hot 7 or Hot Choice. And I also sent a letter to HTS. You remember the mockery HTS and Choice. I don't think Choice ever spoke about it. You understand what I'm telling you? In that letter, in that press statement, I asked 10 questions of the Attorney General, Leslie Mondesi. I asked 4 questions of the DPP. And I asked 10 questions of Mr. Sherman Emmanuel. Nobody to date have ever, no media personnel have ever approached these individuals to ask these individuals not a shred of a question based on what I wrote. You understand me? While I was in the public service, there were certain public service rules that I could not, or rather I would not violate, because I always want to be on the side of right. Everything I did in the Ernest Ile matter was legally advised by the DPP and the Attorney General's chambers. Not one single decision did I make regarding that matter on my own. I sat with these people for days on end, nights on end, discussing this matter. Why is it that Leslie Mondesi, to date, has not responded to not one of the letters that I've written to him? I kept writing him and telling him, Mr. Mondesi, you were Ernest Hiller's defense lawyer. And I'm not afraid to say it because, like my brother said, listen to the show tonight, because that show tonight is going to be very revealing. And there are more to come. There are a lot more to come. Trust me. I informed him in writing, Mr. Leslie, I realize that there is a serious conflict with your position. You being the defense lawyer for Dr. Ernest Hiller, and I am a state officer who legally perform my duties based on the law. A lot of people that talk and talk and talk. I was just sitting there, not responding, not saying anything, because all along these matters had been in court. So every time I decide to come out and speak, the matter either going in court, in an appeal or something, right? So I chose to hold back. Now it's not in the court. Now I am no longer a public servant. While I still cannot say everything, because I telling you, I'm a public servant for 46 and a half years. I have a lot of information. I joined the public service in 1986. I have served working in the public service at the top level, being around the top level and discussing at top level for almost 15 years. So I have a lot of institutional memory, and I could speak a lot on a lot of politicians. You understand me, team? But that is to come. I say to all of them that talking on the radio, all of these ministers, all of these talk show hosts, I say to them, tanto, they said that Martinez would have dropped a bomb. The bombs just start falling. You know why? Because there's nothing to hold me back, team. And I'm going to say what I have to say. I'm going to expose each and everybody. And that is why I'm encouraging all your listeners here today to tune in to UTV 124 tonight for that roundtable. A lot of things will be said. I raise here, team.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you too, sir. You just heard there from former Acting Comptroller of Customs, Mr. Peter Chico. Some more of your calls, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. And let me see if I have any of your messages to go through right now. Let's see there. Somebody says via WhatsApp, the program. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that information. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Okay, somebody says there, good day to you. The thing that have been affecting the functions of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is the question of academic qualification. These guys are so highly qualified that most of them will find it degrading for them to be given instructions to go on patrol. And even they go, it's not like before when a supervising officer would go and check on them. While I have no problem with the officers educating themselves academically, what they must understand is all police functions, including patrols, will strengthen their capacity to be an all-round officer. Having the academic qualifications will only augment their capacity when the time comes to hold the highest positions. No one can touch you when you are efficient in qualification and policing as well. Let's take a call on the landline. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Tim, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Well, almost say good afternoon to Kimani. But, Tim, last night, I happened to do a little research. And I don't know if you can give me a second to just tell you what I read about. I have often heard about the Watergate. You heard about it in the U.S.?
Yes, sir.
When Richard Nixon was president. So I said, let me do a little dig, to find out what was, because I heard Watergate, I heard whether it was a company having water in the States and somebody went and sell it, whatever they're about. But then the entire scandal of that, the name was Watergate. And then Richard Nixon was impeached. Gerald Ford became president in 1972. In 1974, he pardoned Nixon. Now, I went memory lane back to us here in St. Lucia. You know, that CIP thing, that is similar to what I get, you know. The difference it has in the U.S., I mean, they're totally different in terms of the laws. Once that thing break out, it get out of control. You have the federal, the states immediately take control and make sure something is happening. In our case here, Tim, who is going to stand and say, let us investigate that clearly? Let the minister, that is the investment minister, take a break. Nobody not say he's guilty. Let the matter thoroughly investigate to see whether we can get clarity and to put the good name of St. Lucia at peace. But all we have seen, and everybody seen, is a clear cover-up. The Prime Minister one time say he has no knowledge, he don't know nothing about it. Then we are hearing Mr. Martinez come with something different, as though I'm giving you X, Y, Z, and let's leave that there. Now it's alleged, and that's what Mr. Martinez said. Nobody not saying that the Prime Minister offer anything. That's Martinez's story. But then, Tim, when can this story come to a conclusion? You would not want to see one day that thing is settled, Tim?
Yes, absolutely. And I think it starts with the Prime Minister of this country addressing the nation on it and not hedging and just coming clean and, answer the questions that will be posed to him by the various reporters without him coming across as being defensive or just wanting to parry off questions or just wanting to deflect or stray from the questions that are posed to him, because this is a very serious issue.
Tim, when you have intelligent, educated journalists like Lisa Joseph in a press briefing asking the Prime Minister question, and the Prime Minister want to take the young lady to make a mockery of the young lady, the Prime Minister, Philip J.P., never want to answer questions, and these are pertinent questions. It's either yes or no. But then he drag it, he turns it. I mean, Tim, we are in a bad situation here, That thing is not just mentioned and live in St. Kitts Nevis and in St. Lucia, That thing already run all over the globe. And like NewsSpin is the most monitored talk show, in the world. And that thing is going far. That is affecting St. Lucia. Mr. PM, I am urging you, for the good name of St. Lucia, please, because we had CIP before. We never heard that when Alan Chasney, now I'm not there to defend, Alan Chasney. When Alan Chasney was Prime Minister, we never heard any scandal in CIP. Now we have, that is the biggest scandal in the world, not just in the Caribbean, in the entire world. And what next? Sunday is a march for progress. And I will continue to highlight that. What are you marching for? Who gave you the right to march? Would you just trick your supporters?
It's a free country, caller. It's a free country.
Tim, it is free country, but Mr. Poleon, let's just be fair for a minute. It's a free country, yes. But if we have the good Lord says, and now every time I said, I'll mention people like Mr. Harris, who are very passionate about his religious belief. The good Lord said, if we have conscience, and we are not believing those lies just to get away, we will do the right thing. Check what is happening in St. Lucia right now. Nobody cannot, you can say anything. People cannot talk. People cannot say anything. Once you say something, you are a target. Imagine people even asking for your number. So, if that is the case, every citizen of St. Lucia will have to arm themselves and prepare for any eventuality. That is just, you cannot put the nation on edge. And I have said it over. Get real and let us deal with the issues. We have crime all over the place. You forget that you want to go and march. St. Jude does not have beds, medicine. You don't have Panadol, you want to go and march. What are you marching? Even if it is the democratic right of your party. But you should feel ashamed of yourself and do the right thing. You have a scandal. A CIP scandal hang over your head. You have not cleared that. And every now and then your investment minister use all kinds of excuses about Ojo Lab and what have you. And look, today you have media position where Nancy Charles clearly tell you Joachim Butland in St. Lucia and have photocopy of checks to clear that. You know, but use Audio Lab, DSH. All of this Audio Lab was a place that was employing so many young people. Where Audio Lab? It's no more. And we want to leave our young people on the streets and they cannot get a place of employment. And you want to boast about, you have not even checked about Audio Lab. Audio Lab was doing a good thing. I don't know, Mr. Poleon, but I wonder how we're going to get out of where we are. Prior to give the most redded, is there redded for a true prime minister? So-called ginger ale, the leadership of that country, and check how we stayed in that ship. Clearly right now, St. Lucia, I'm sorry to announce the death of St. Lucia. St. Lucia will be buried on the 26th of August on Sunday. Everybody get prepared to attend the funeral of St. Lucia. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for calling. The Prime Minister of St. Lucia earlier this month made a presentation to the Ubuntu movement and in the sum of $240,000. And those are CIP funds and donated to that movement to fund the Seeds for Justice project in V4.
The government asked the CIP program, the Citizen Investment Program, to make the contribution. So this actually is a contribution from the CIP program to the movement.
The Prime Minister making a presentation earlier this month, and he also heard from the Prime Minister that the CIP funds to the tune of $10 million will be used, that is, to clear some of the debt owed by the OKEU hospital. So CIP funds to the Ubuntu movement, CIB funds to the OKEU, and you wonder whether, it's just a coincidence or it's something that is deliberate to prove to the people of this country that the CIP funds are being used to address a number of issues in St. Lucia. But Philippe Martinez says, especially in the case of the OKEU, that proves his point that all CIP funds should be accounted for because that is the people's money.
You saw that the Prime Minister announced that 10 million from the CBI is going to come to pay medical bills in your country.
Correct.
So there is a direct relation between the citizenship by investment money to the well-being of the citizen, right? That proves my point. It's your money. You saw that the Prime Minister announced that 10 million from the CBI is going to come to pay medical bills in your country.
Correct.
So there is a direct relation between the citizenship by investment money to the well-being of the citizen, right? That proves my point. It's your money.
Mr. Colorful Individual, by the way, Philippe Martinez speaking with DBS's Lisa Joseph last evening, saying that is your money. And which begs the question, our question of the day, what do you think of Philippe Martinez? Our NewsSpin question of the day, what do you think of Philippe Martinez? The broadcast will continue in just a moment. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, teacher.
Let's head back to school.
It's time to get the children ready to head back to school with a back-to-school loan from First National Bank. Get up to $30,000 for all your back-to-school needs. No deposit required, low interest rates, and an easy process. Visit any First National Bank location or call 455-7127 for more information. Let's head back to school with First National Bank. Terms and conditions apply. First National Bank, here for you.
This is We Summer. Get ready for the biggest and wildest deals from Flow.
Summer comes with the best deals for ya. Switch it up, this is We Summer. Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Who got the best deals? It's Flow. Bundle postpaid Wi-Fi, you go. Cut your bill in half, save more for sure.
This is We Summer. Bundle broadband now with postpaid and get your bill cut in half. Plus, get up to 4 Samsung Galaxy smartphones for only $4.
15,000 in cash is that. 15,000 in cash, win that.
Win $15,000 in cash when you sign up, switch up, top up, or pay up with Flow.
Summer, Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer.
Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
Open and win with Guinness Bike Life under the Crown promotion. Over $100,000 worth of prizes to be won. That's right. Guinness and Guinness Smooth gives you the opportunity to ride away with a brand new motorbike, an ATV, and or $5,000 cash. Lots of other instant prizes to be won, including smart TVs, smartphones, AirPods, Guinness merchandise, fuel vouchers, grocery vouchers, free Guinness, and lots of cash. To participate in the grand prize draw for the motorbike, you need to collect 6 Guinness crowns, 3 of the left bike symbol and 3 of the right bike symbol. Place the 6 crowns in an envelope with name, address, and contact number. To participate in the grand prize draw for the ATV, you need to collect 6 Guinness smooth crowns, 3 of the left ATV symbol and 3 of the right ATV symbol. Place the 6 crowns in an envelope with name, address, and contact number. Envelopes can be picked up and dropped off at the following locations: Heineken St. Lucia Warehouse in Union Castries and SDI Warehouse St. Jude's Viewport. Promotion starts August 15th through to October 15th. Draw takes place October 22nd. Drink and live responsibly. This promotion is approved by the St. Lucia National Lotteries.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new Bacon Melt Sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
Your taste buds ready, come and try KFC's new Bacon Melt Sandwich is great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue. Anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't wanna miss a Bacon Melt Sandwich, have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
Gade mweti boy, pa fe la fimela.
Stop all that smoke, fume, and noise. Keep the emissions to zero and be a hero for the environment. You can still do all your lawn mowing, brush cutting, leaf blowing, hedge trimming, even chainsawing, but with a battery-powered machine. Europa is now offering a buy one, get one free on professional battery tools. When you buy the tool, we'll throw in the battery absolutely free. Yes, you heard right. You get one free battery with the purchase of any steel professional machine.
PS la fime, PS Desord, merci papa.
Visit Europa in Marsat Grosley or call us at 452-0763. Europa, we service what we sell.
Discover the future of body imaging innovation at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, where the gold standard in MRI technology meets unparalleled medical expertise. From the intricate neural pathways of the brain to the delicate structures of the spine, and from the vital functions of the heart to detailed multi-parametric MRI of the prostate, our higher resolution images see the unseen from head to toe. Our radiation-free Signa Prime Tesla 1.5 MRI machine is assisted by artificial intelligence, enhancing its precision in creating quality images for our trained radiologists to give you more accurate readings. Our facility ensures fast access to specialist doctors, including pain management, rheumatology, and family medicine. Proudly serving as a world-class facility in the OECS, we bring international standards of healthcare within your reach. There is no longer a need to travel overseas for superior medical services. Experience the pinnacle of diagnostic precision and patient care right here in St. Lucia. Schedule your MRI with La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Call 451-6559 for your appointment. For your peace of mind, ask about our flexible financing options, including our co-pay system for clients with healthcare.
The CPL is back for 2024, and the St. Lucia Kings are hunting for their first title. This year, it will be the best ever CPL, with global superstars, massive sixes, and incredible entertainment at the biggest party in sport. There are 4 games between September 7th and 15th. Get your tickets now at cplt20.com. Turn it up and experience cricket played louder.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastuche Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, cast-in sand and plastering sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastuche Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastuche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
Ouais, messieurs, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow, hein. Si t'en la pani pressure. Moi ni tank, moi ni glow, mais money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pump. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni toute pump pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pump cette ici. Yo ka ranger pump aussi qui besoin service. Run pump yo c'est Léo. Pump ça c'est major. I bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moi actuellement. Glow ka fante. Europa ni pump glow Léo under pour les nerfs, joints et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452-0763.
Thank you so much for staying with the most monitored talk show in the world, the WhatsApp message. Tim, can you please pass on a message to the people going to this march that they're advised to walk backwards? Because everything is on the decline in this country. The roads are the worst they've ever been. Healthcare has never been this horrible. Unprecedented murder rate. Morale at our government institutions is at an all-time low. This march is nothing but a distraction. All right, what we can do right now is take a break from the calls and your WhatsApp messages. We have to conduct an interview, and let's see if we can establish contact with that individual right now. So please bear with me as we try to establish contact with that individual. And we are promoting a particular regional event, and we have a few of those matches talking about CPL that will be played in St. Lucia. Good afternoon to you, Ms. Sue Moplezi. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, and I know you're doing fine too. I know you're missing your other half, your co-host.
Yes, that's Kimani. Kimani, yes.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
But thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us regarding the CPL. You're doing some marketing for them and the matches that will be hosted in St. Lucia. Between September 7th and the 15th, those matches will be played here?
Matches, we have 4 home matches here in St. Lucia, the 7th, the 10th, the 12th, and the 15th.
Right.
Now, Tim, I know you follow cricket. From what I hear,
do.
You kind of follow cricket.
I do.
You might watch it on television.
Yes, I do follow the cricket.
But you need to join us.
I will.
You need to join us.
I think this year I'll attempt to watch some of the matches live and direct.
I don't want you to watch it. I want you to come.
Yes, I will. I will try to make my
feel the energy and see what CPL cricket is like. Because let me tell you,
because it makes a big difference. You know, being on the ground, it makes a real big difference.
Absolutely. We call it the biggest party in sports. It's cricket played louder. It's the carnival after carnival, but it's sports, but a lot of fun. a lot of vibe. You're talking about stilt walkers. You're talking about fire breathers. You're talking cheerleaders. You're talking about the Peter Party stand that's back this year for the first time after a very long time. But most importantly, Timothy, what I wanted to share with you today is the fact that our early bird tickets end tomorrow. So persons have up to this afternoon and tomorrow to go take advantage of the early bird tickets. And you're talking about tickets that are as low as $20. And I'm not talking US, I'm talking EC, EC dollars. So $20 for grounds, $30 for Rosalie, and $45 for the Johnson Charles stand. Now, we've made tickets available in every nook and cranny in St. Lucia. Now, I'm going to try and see if I can go around the island right now with you. You're talking about Sol in Rosalie. You're talking about Sol in Waterwatch. You're talking about the Cell at the Baywalk Mall. You are talking, I'm going down, driving down, you're talking about Gablewoods Mall at SA of Wines. There's Steve Barber Shop in town, there's the Cell in town in Castries. And we driving down, you will get at Bexo, Sol in Bexo. You'll get a Sol in Miku, Sol in Richport. You get Sol in Viewport. There's Cell in Viewport as well. Then you come in, we're going around the island, remember I mentioned that. So we're going around, you will get at Cool Breeze in Soufrière. It's a Sol service station. Also on the Millennium Highway, there's a Sol available there as well. At every Sol distribution that I have mentioned to you, Sol service station, anyone buying a ticket will also receive a Sol fuel voucher. So imagine you're buying yourself a $20 ticket to go to cricket, and you're still getting a fuel voucher to put gas in your vehicle. Tell me, have you heard of any promotion like this before?
I've never heard any such promotion. And you're talking, what amount of fuel can you purchase? Or what's the value of the voucher?
It depends.
Okay.
It's a value. They give you a voucher.
Okay.
So it ranges. So it could be from $10 to whatever. There's a maximum amount.
Okay.
But you could, no matter which ticket stand that you buy, you will receive a fuel voucher. Let me also say to you, there's just so much to tell and so much information to give. So I'm just giving you a little bit of it now, and hopefully I'll get to chat with you closer to the matches. We have entertainment galore. So you're talking about a mini concert before the cricket matches. And in between the innings, we'll also have a mini concert. So you're talking artists such as Ricky T, DYP, Umpo, Ezra. I'm trying to remember some of the names off the top of my head. You're talking Shemi J. You're talking Pedersen John, Nerdy, Matta and Bronx, just to name a few of the artists that will be performing at our mini concert here at the stadium. So it's cricket, and it's a vibe, it's carnival, it's, call it whatever it is you'd like to call it, but it's expected to be a really good session here at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
But people are expecting the St. Lucia Kings to win this year?
Definitely. I don't understand you. That's not a question.
I'm just saying because
we want to play that trophy. We have to.
As far as the cricket fans are concerned, maybe that a victory is long overdue, the capture of that tournament.
We long overdue. We still have our captain, Faf du Plessis. We have David Visa. I don't know if you're familiar with some of those names. We have our St. Lucians, Hakeem O'Geese. We have McKenny Croft. We have our opener, Johnson Charles. Our coach, Darren Sammy. We have a nice contingent of St. Lucian players, top St. Lucian players. We have, and the usual, we have Ozari Joseph from the region. We have Aaron Jones. I don't know if you've heard of Aaron Jones. He made his debut for ICC World Cricket Tournament. He's Bajan, but he's a very, very good and upcoming player. We have Matthew Ford, Roston Chase. So we have a really good lineup of players who have done extremely well with the bat and ball. So we expected that, Timothy, We have to win this year. We have to. But we need St. Lucians to come out and support.
Because I
And
think
come out
the presence of the St. Lucian public will definitely make a difference, considering now this is the 12th
Absolutely.
season of the
It's
CPL.
energy.
Mhm.
It's energy, and it fuels the team. Especially, I'm not going to use the word, but when they hear that national word that we use, I don't know if I should be calling it national word, but you know the word.
Yes. Sounds like-
Once they hear that, it just fuels excitement, and the guys they want to win, and they want to play, and they want to bring in that success to St. Lucia. They carry the name St. Lucia very, very closely to their hearts, and the intention is to win.
How are,
That is the
how, are
goal.
how are the sales of tickets so far for the matches?
Sales, the early bird they've been going pretty well, but obviously there are few left. So I just want to encourage persons. I don't want persons calling myself or any of my coworkers asking for early bird tickets after the fact. Tomorrow is the deadline, so we've made the tickets available everywhere that you could think of, including our box office at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. Go out and buy your tickets.
Can they be purchased online as well?
Yes, at cplt20.com.
Okay. And you're saying that the prices are very low as 20 EC
As low
dollars.
as $20 EC dollars. I'm not quoting you US dollars. 20 EC dollars. The grocery stands is $30. Johnson Charles $45.
Now the tournament starts when? On the 30th of this month, I understand?
Yes, it does. We head off to Antigua, then St. Kitts, then we come to St. Lucia, then head to Trinidad, and yes.
Mm-hmm. The finals, has a location been selected or identified for the finals of the CPL?
The finals will be held in Guyana. That was a contract with the government of Guyana. It was a 3-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
This is their last year, so who knows? St. Lucia might be bidding to host the finals. Who knows in the next 3 years? Who knows if we can obviously accommodate and facilitate what the finals requires.
I think it's about time St. Lucia puts itself in a position to host the finals of such tournaments, because it's either mostly Barbados, but in this particular case, it is Guyana. In terms of the atmosphere, in terms of the quality of the various performances, not on the field, but in terms of the entertainment, just for reiteration's sake, what can persons expect from patrons, cricket fans expect in St. Lucia?
Expect everything which is good. Energy. You're talking about the entertainment?
Yes.
And we know the artists, and we know how they perform. We know the Uppers of the world. We know the Matter and the Bronx. We know Ezra. Those are St. Lucian entertainers, Ricky T, that when they come out, when they perform, it's energy. So without a doubt, I know that St. Lucians will not regret coming. And the performances are not after the matches. It's during, before, and during the match.
Logistics.
So,
what about transportation? How can persons get to the ground? Do you have a park and ride?
We are not doing the park and ride because we've noticed that it hasn't quite worked here for some reason. So basically, you come early, you will be able to park in a reasonable walking distance. With you, Timothy, I promise you'll have your parking pass. I'm going to arrange VIP parking for you.
Much appreciated.
All you have to do is say to me, "So I'm coming." So I will ensure that your VIP parking is there for you. But for everybody else, you will be able to park within walking distance. You come early enough, you will be able to park close enough. If not, you might do a little bit of exercising, but we know what it's like. For those who have enjoyed CPL cricket before, it's the same parking system.
All right, Sue, final comments from you, because we have the matches coming up September 7th, 10th, the 12th, and the 15th at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. That is the 12th annual CPL tournament. Final comments.
I'm just looking forward to seeing St. Lucia come out and enjoy cricket, take advantage of the early bird tickets. It expires tomorrow. Tickets will not be available after tomorrow. Go out and get those tickets now. They're extremely affordable. Go out and get it now. Remember, I mentioned if you get your tickets at Sol, you will get a fuel voucher. Take advantage of that. That's where I would be heading, but we've also made it available in so many other nooks and crannies around the island. You're talking the SAF Wines, you're talking Steve's Barbershop. Everybody knows Steve's Barbershop. That is the place where you go and you get all your tickets for all events and the sell outlets throughout the island.
Okay, ma'am. Suma Plesy, thank you so much for speaking with us on NewsSpin.
Tim, thank you so much. I hope that I could touch base with you closer to the matches. I would love for somebody like a Darren Sammy to touch base with you and give you a feel for his players and let you know exactly how things are going in his camp.
No problem.
Thank
Looking
you
forward to
very
that. Okay, ma'am. Take care. You just heard there from Suma Plesy on the broadcast to promote the upcoming CPL tournament. We have some 4 matches that will be played in St. Lucia at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground, 7th of September, the 10th, and the 12th and the 15th. And the deadline for you to purchase your early bird tickets tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the most monitored talk show in the world. My name is Timothy Poleon. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon, 12:30, with another edition of the program. And we have a surprise for you. We'll have a special guest on tomorrow afternoon's NewsSpin. Goodbye.